Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name's Hiuy and I have an Instagram and YouTube Beauty by Hiuy. If you haven't followed me already on both of these platforms, make sure you do subscribe or head to my Instagram and follow me there. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be comparing two sponges. One from Juno & Co, which I purchased from Mecca over here in Sydney, Australia. And the other one is the Original Beauty Blender in the shade Chill. So I'm going to be comparing these side by side on kind of this half of my face and this half of my face with a bunch of products, so like foundation, cream products, setting it with powder and all of that. And I'm going to be telling you tips along the way. So if you've got any questions, make sure you do comment below and give it a thumbs up if you do like it. So let's get started. I'm going to tell you a bit about both sponges. So the Juno & Co one is sold here at Mecca for $9 Australian. I purchased this in store. I've just got some information in front of me so I can read it to you. So it says here that it's a game-changing makeup sponge, features a tapered design for precision blending and a flat bottom for more ergonomic and natural looking all-over application. The ultra lightweight sponge has been created with a velvet soft microfiber material, which you can definitely feel when you touch it. It's different to the Original Beauty Blender. With very small fibers, smaller than a strand of silk, to expertly hold on and apply any liquid product. Taking the place of a blush and a blender. Don't know what they mean by blender. Taking place of a brush and a blender. But I guess they mean a blending brush, or maybe they're referring to the beauty blender. Who knows? This clever tool works wet or dry to pick up and lock in your makeup products. I've got it wet at the moment. I just cleaned it before starting this video. So it says use it wet, squeeze it, stipple it, perfect for liquid foundations, concealer and contouring, which we'll be doing all of those today. Use it dry by dipping it, tapping it, patting it, perfect for powder, bronzers, blush and highlighters. Oh, I didn't know you could use it for powder. Like powder contour products. That's interesting. Maybe it's because of that velvety kind of feel. I don't think that it's cruelty free. Yeah, no, I don't think it's cruelty free. But look, for $9 Australian, that's why I wanted to compare it to this one, which is $30 Australian. So this is original. I kind of swear by this product. This is one of my holy grails, but you know, like, it is very, very expensive, and a lot of people are not willing to fork out that much for it. So I think that's why it's so good to compare these two products that we have on our shawls here. So on the Sephora AUS website, this is a Chill. It is a limited edition. I think you can still find it in some stores. So I bought this as part of their Christmas collection last year. So like I said, $30 Australian. It's edgeless, reusable, high definition cosmetic sponge for flawless makeup application, and is a limited edition shade. So what it does, so yeah, it's inspired by cool ocean color. The super soft texture provides an even application of your foundation. You'll want to start every morning with a little blend and chill in your makeup routine. And this exclusive aqua activated material has skin mimicking texture, so makeup application never looks cakey or fake. So if you don't know, there is a little bit of difference between like different colored beauty blenders. I actually find this one is not that different to the pink one. I think it's better. It's definitely lasted a lot longer. So I don't know if the material they've used is a little bit different than the pink one. So I do actually prefer this green one. I actually shy away from using or repurchasing the pink one because it does fade when you wash it, and I'm just like, if that's fading whilst I'm washing it, then what's going on my skin? So anyway, what else did I say here? So yeah, it grows about twice its size, absorbs minimal product, so your favorite formula lands on your complexion, not your sponge. When wet, the super soft material provides an even, smooth blend and bounce. The large rounded surface area ensures a quick application, while the contour tips offers precision. Okay, this is also latex free, scent free. Yeah, so like I said, I've used this for many years now. I've just used this for about a couple of weeks, so I've kind of gotten to know both of these quite well. I should keep them on this side of the screen so you guys don't get confused. I'll kind of talk about them as I go as well, but I will say, like, look, it's really not bad for $9. The thing about cheaper beauty blenders is that they always soak up a lot of product. So if I can find one that does the same thing without soaking up a lot of product, then it's a big winner for me. So let's get started. I've already prepped and primed my face. I'm going to use the Born This Way liquid foundation because this is a very well-known one, so I think that people will be able to see how it applies and how it compares to their usual application. I'm in the sand, I'm in the color warm beige, but I can also get away with shades like sand as well, and I'm just applying it on the back of this kind of foundation container. Okay, just like I said, this is damp. I've just got a mirror off to the side here. Oh dear, that just went everywhere. So just picking up that, I'm just gonna start at the bottom here, and you can see that it doesn't, okay, that's way too much product. You can see that it doesn't pick up on, like, stay on the sponge a lot. Oh wow, that's way too much product, guys. Oops. What have I done? I haven't used this shade in a really long time, and it looks really yellow because the way that the light is reflecting on my kind of chin and my neck. So promise it won't look that bad after I'm done. Yeah, so it's actually like a really smooth texture finish, really flawless. It doesn't soak up a lot of product. You can see that, like, it only soaks up kind of where you pick it up, which a lot of sponges do, but otherwise, see, overall you can still see the color underneath of the sponge that the sponge is, which is usually how I tell whether how much product a sponge soaks up. Really flawless finish. Yeah, really nice. So not bad at all. I will show you why I like the Beauty Blender just that little bit more than this one. I'll tell you now, it's because I can feel that the foundation is not soaking into, like, my skin, which is like a bad thing in the sense that I know that it's gonna come off more easily, so that, like, that's why I prefer the original over this. But in terms of how it looks, like, you can see it really looks really flawless, and you can see it's done quite well in kind of blending out evenly. I'm gonna go in with the Chill, picking up the same amount of product. Okay, and because I picked up so much product before, I might have to do another pump, dear me. In terms of how much product these two use, like if I'm using it on their own, they're very similar. So it's not like with, like, the Juno & Co, the pink one, I have to do more pumps, or like, say, vice versa with the Beauty Blender. I'm still unsure whether or not I should put foundation on my eyelids. Like, what do you guys do? Because, like, I get mixed kind of thoughts about this, and I've tried it both ways. I still probably prefer foundation over my eyelids, because I do, otherwise it's, like, quite, looks a bit funny if I just put, like, concealer over top of my eyelid because it is a different color. I don't know, can you guys tell that the layer is a little bit thinner? And I think it's because, yeah, my skin is actually soaking it up a lot better than this side. I do have a lot more scarring on this side as well. Like, this side might look like it's better, but it's, like, really thick. So I feel like, yeah, like, definitely with the beauty sponge, it soaks in better in my skin, but you guys might think that the Juno & Co side actually looks better. I don't know, what do you guys think? But otherwise it's pretty even. I might just blend down into my neck a bit more. Actually, the other interesting thing that I will show you guys, how it looks when I'm, like, blending it on, like, say, like a hard surface, because that actually tells you kind of how it will blend on your skin. So for example, I've just wiped the top of this palette here. Oh, you see my ring light. And with this, the clean side, I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up a little bit, and I'm actually, can I do this backwards? I don't know, can you see that? Like how it's like quite a flawless kind of finish. Yeah. So that's really different to a lot of other sponges, but I'm going to compare it with the Juno & Co. I'll just wipe that bit down. I've been trying to shop for, like, you know, those artists, like people who paint, that use those like flat paint mixing things. I've been trying to find a flat one so that I can do stuff like this and show you guys, but I can't seem to find one. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick some of that. Oh, I might need a little bit more. Just gonna pick some of that up on my Juno & Co. And I'm gonna show you guys. I actually haven't done it with this one, but can you see it's like a lot thicker, and that's exactly how it looks on my skin. So although it's like a really even, nice application, yeah, it's definitely a lot thicker. It takes time to blend out. Yeah, very even, but yeah, definitely a lot thicker. And I'm not surprised that it looks like that at all, because that's how it is on my skin. All right, let's move on to concealer. This is like way too yellow for a winter color, by the way, everybody. Let's acknowledge that first and foremost. Luckily I'm wearing like a high neck, so oh my god, it's like I'm tan. Also my fake tan is like rubbing off. Anyways, let's move on to concealer. Where did, oh, I've got a Bare Minerals one. I don't really know what look I'm going for yet, by the way. So I'm just gonna wing it as I go. I more wanted to show you how like the product applies. All right, so with the same tapered corner with this Juno & Co, I'm gonna tap this out. And see, this is a downside when doing concealer with this sponge, because it's really thick, doesn't blend in, and you don't want the concealer to crease. So really, I don't really like using the sponge for the concealer. And then I'll go into the other side, and I'll use this sponge. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but I certainly can feel that on the Beauty Blender side. It definitely brightens like straight away, because it's doing like what it's supposed to, whereas like sinking into that kind of foundation and my face rather than just sit on top. Yeah, when I'm not doing like a super glam look, I don't like use one that brightens up a lot. Otherwise I reach for my my kind of, what am I using, MAC one. Okay, I've got the Laura Mercier powder here that I'm going to use. Again, really popular. People know kind of how it works already, or what it does to their skin, so I thought it's good to use for the purpose of this video. Or I might, oh god, it just went everywhere. Just tap that out a little bit. Okay. I don't know, I feel like my powder's thickening up these days, maybe because it's like wet. That's way too much. All right, again using the same side. The reason I go in with the same side is because you don't, for powders, you don't want it to be too wet, so don't go in with like the new side. Oh, that's way, see that's like way too much. So it's like soaking into the sponge because it's a bit wet. Anyway, tapping it out. I don't like this sponge as much for powders, because yeah, it just doesn't, makes it really thick. And then same side with the Beauty Blender. I don't know, can you see the difference? Like really thin. I might need a little bit more. I feel like there's something wrong with my sift in this Laura Mercier one. Okay, because I'm going to be using cream products, I'm not going to powder my whole face, because otherwise the cream products will have a lot of trouble blending. Laptop, you stay there. Okay, so what, we've been here for 14 minutes already. Okay, so I don't know what happened. I think I pressed a button by accident, so it stopped recording. So I've already put a bit of bronzer, in terms of liquid bronzer on this side, as you can see, and I'm gonna show you guys and talk. Oh, I already put some on the other side and it's probably all dry now. So let's blend that out first and foremost. So with the Beauty Blender, blending out bronzer is a little bit, liquid bronzers can be a little bit tricky because it does get a little bit patchy sometimes. So you just have to be really careful that you don't have powder over that area and that your foundation is set properly. I don't love the Beauty Blender for blending out like bronzing products. I actually would prefer the Juno & Co one for that. I don't know, can you tell like the difference? I might do the top of my head because my video like didn't work. I'm sure some of you already know I just purchased this camera like last week, so I'm still kind of learning how to use it. Alright, so I've got a bit of bronzer there on top of my head, and I'm going to use a Juno & Co on this side. We're keeping it consistent. So I was saying in the part that wasn't recording that I actually really like this. It's because of it's not being like not making products sink into my skin. It actually makes it really, really nice and really smooth and not patchy like the Beauty Blender. So yeah, see, that's why it's so good to compare products and that I can share those thoughts with you. Yeah, okay. Cool. We might do a little bit on my chin as well. This may be the best that I've, oh god, into my hair. This may be the best that I've blended out cream products, guys. Yeah. I was also saying that I'm using like the corner of this, so not like the flat part, but right on the corner. I also feel like both of these sponges are working better with my cream products once they've dried out a bit. So it might be a tip to like wet sponges and then kind of, you know, put on foundation, I don't know, go do something and then come back. Yeah, because when it's super wet, it doesn't really blend cream products that well. Okay. So that's done. I was going to use this Clio one, which is a Korean beauty brand, but I might use my Mecca one. This is a new dual kind of Mecca blush and highlight. What shade do I have? Weekend Skin Rose. Is that the color? Anyway, they all looked really similar to me. Alright, so it comes kind of double-sided. It's really cute. But anyway, that's not the purpose of this video. Let's put a bit of... I found this really, really hard to blend out so far, which is why I haven't reached for it as much. So maybe this sponge will help. No. See how it's making it patchy? No, I don't like that at all. Okay, abandon ship. Gonna go back to this Clio one. I love this Clio one. It's like so creamy, so easy to apply. I bought it when I was in Bali. I don't use a sponge for this, but yes, I bought it when I was in Bali and I'm absolutely like just starting to love it. Might just use my fingers for this part, maybe. I don't think it's gonna, doesn't work as well with a sponge cream blushes. It's better with fingers, but I just struggle with patience like blending it out. And because my skin's like really dark as well, I have to really be careful how much pink I apply on, because otherwise it makes me look like a clown. Okay. Whenever I put on cream blush, I always go back and I actually use a powder bronzer to oh god, to keep the contouring shape a little bit, because I do seem to lose that. Anyway. Okay. All right. So going back to comparing the sponges, I'm gonna go in with a a cream highlight, a liquid highlight. This is the Mecca Max Opal Highlighting Drops. Really, really pretty. I got this at the after party Meccaland. I just usually put a few drops on my hand. Really, really little. Oh, and I'm actually going to just put a little bit there on both sides. And I'm going to take the sponge again and just go along there. I don't tend to do like the 3, like people say do the 3. I just find that it's a bit much because I'm usually not really going anywhere on the weekend in terms of the daytime. So yeah, I just find this side, can you see that's like heaps more even than that side, like a bit patchy, and I've lost some of my foundation as well. So I do actually prefer this one. Just put a little bit more. What do you guys think? Looking okay? Alright, the final thing with comparing both sponges is using it as using it to kind of spread powder on the rest of my face. So during the week I don't use cream products because it just takes too long. So after my foundation I usually go in straight with the sponges to set my face. So I'm going to do that now. I use that same kind of not the flat side but the same side I use for my foundation, and I'm gonna just go on top of everything and see how it just leaves powder marks. Like that's what I don't really love about this one. When I'm setting my face with powder, I much prefer the beauty blender for that. Just picking up the same amount, and you really don't need a lot. If you're having to go back more than really once or twice, it means that you haven't shaken the right amount onto your like your little pan or lid, or that your sponge is eating up way too much of the powder. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head off camera. I'm going to finish the rest of my face, my eyes and stuff like that, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts of the beauty sponges. Okay guys, I'm back to give you my final thoughts. So in terms of comparing both these sponges, for $9 you really can't go past this. A lot of people, like I said, are not willing to fork out the $30, and if you do, it is a bit of a learning curve to use it. So if you're not like super into makeup and beauty, it might take a little time to get the most out of these sponges. I reckon it's taken me at least 1.5 years to learn how to use these properly. So I would go for this one that is $9 from Mecca. It also comes in 2 colors at Mecca with this one. With the beauty blender, it comes in a whole range as well, but I think with this you can also get it from their website, Juno & Co, and they do like free shipping over $30. So I feel like after I finish using, I've got like 5 backups of these. I would definitely opt for this one because overall it's just much more affordable, and I'm just at a stage where yeah, I really need to find options that are way more affordable and long lasting. In terms of cleaning both of these, which I really didn't talk about, they both clean very similarly. I use the beauty blender soap, the hard soap for both of these, and yeah, I didn't have issues with either of these. I haven't used this for long enough to tell you how long it lasts. With the original, they last about 3 months if I do use them for every day, for everything, and yeah, I would yeah, opt for this one, guys. So much more affordable, does very similar things, and as you can see that yeah, you really can't tell the difference between the two sides. If anything, my contour on this side, which was used with this sponge, is much better. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, like I said, give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions below. I'll link prices and links to all these products, both of these, below as well, and any discount codes I can find too. See you guys.